Good morning. Welcome to Nifty Prediction. My name is Narendran. To join my WhatsApp group, I'm charging 500 rupees per month. You will get live prediction details in advance as well as in the live market call. You will get in the group about how to buy and where to sell and which target to reach and what kind of level it will go. Those kind of live information you will get in the WhatsApp group and we are focusing only in Nifty because that is our bread and butter, and sometimes we used to give in the bank Nifty call as well. Most of the markets we used to trade only in Nifty and bank Nifty. 80% of the time we used to trade in the Nifty only. So let's go to today's Nifty and how the prediction worked today for us. So Nifty ended up in the flat negative 11,131.85, 21.80 points in the negative, 0.20% in the negative, opened around 11,258.75, which is almost more than 100 points. Almost means it is more than 100 points due to that Reliance news. That is the reason the market has open gap up, but we know that in our 4 data are indicating negative, so the market has fall down, but still we need to check out those key levels as well. The high is 11,259.55, not much difference from the previous closing. It is moved only some less than 1 point. Low around 11,024.40. Let's go to my prediction review as well as the group calls. The group calls which I highlighted about yesterday itself around evening 5:23 about the Wednesday's market, which is the value of 11,115 is the par value. So if anything opens above that level, maximum 11,206, 11,208.649, and then the positive target will be next 11,302. But today the market has reached the average of these two levels. If you go and check the average of these two, the high is today exactly in that level. I will show you that average in the Excel sheet. I will show you the Excel sheet. Wednesday, if you check that average, that is where the high today 11,255.54. Today's high is almost there with the stop loss, because normally if 10 points we keep means 11,255 become 265. So the in between the stop loss only the high kept, and the low is exactly almost in that range, which is 11,034. Today's low is 11,024.40. So low is also there, but somehow the low is broken and then it has to go further downside, but it was not happened today. But in our group call, which I specifically pointed out these things, so we know the levels. If anything above the par value means it will go to that level. So once if it is hitting the target means it will go towards to the next level or in those average. We saw so many times like that. And the downside also we given, once if it is below the par level 11,115, then it will go to the next negative target one, which is 11,034. It has almost reached. So that is the hint which given, and the news came. Everybody knows that 5,500 crores bought in Reliance. So that is the positive news. That is the only thing which the market has opened in the gap up. So that is what the hint given in my group 8-10. This will take the Nifty towards the positive. So it helped us to book some good profit today. But the global market are all mixed. So after the pre-open, we know that 998. This is the level which given. So we need to play more cautiously. 11,302. So initially it has opened in the gap up means it will try to reach to 11,302. then after that it will fall. But so that is the reason I wanted to go for the call option as well as put option, because we know we already took one put option. So that I specifically mentioned that we will wait and then look out for that. So initially what we gone with the buy around 11,350 call option for 15 to 16, because after the gap up, this is the target. Normally if it is breaking that average level, it will go to that level. Somehow it is not able to go towards that level because of the stop loss of these two average, 11,302 and 11,208. Those two average stop loss is not hit, so it is turned around. So what I thought is, after bought this call option, once it is gone up towards to 18, it has gone up after buying. So again I asked to keep it somewhere around 15 in the buying same level. So the stop loss got it, because once the high is matching means we know. And the chart clearly indicating the downfall, because this is the 5 minute chart. So the 5 minute chart clearly indicated the downfall will happen at least minimum towards to the par value, which I mentioned. The par value is 11,001 11,115. So here 11,100, which is having a difference of 15 points, so that is fine. So it will go more than that, like that in the 5 minute chart indicated. So all I want to buy the next is high risk traders, 11,100 PE for 22 to 23. Soon once it is given the call, it has fall down to 20 range. It is traded somewhere around 19 point something. It is traded at 19.199, which is almost 20. So I wanted to check the CPR as well. So the CPR is also indicating that clearly downfall. So if the CPR pivot level is also reaching, means at least minimum 11,180 and 11,166. If those CPR levels are breaking, means it will go down towards to the CPR daily 1 and CPR daily 2 target, which is 11,058. CPR 1 daily support level 1 is around 11,058. So that is the indication which clearly we got it. So 11,088 level, it has a chance to go down. So that is the prediction, and it is started to move towards to the positive side. After bought it somewhere around 21 to 22, it has went up around 30, but still after reaching 30 it came down. So I clearly mentioned about last 3 months of how it has went high around 500. So minimum of 10% of 500, which is 50 rupees, minimum 50 rupees it will go. So we need to wait for some time. So that is the indication given. So as per the CPR, 11,166 is breaking down, means it has to go somewhere minimum of 10,965. This is as per 5 minutes chart. It is showing that 10,965. So we need to wait. So all I did is, after reaching 30 also we didn't given, after reaching 30 also we didn't exit from that. It is reached 30, but still we don't want to exit, because we know that level, if it is breaking, it will go down heavily. So the chart is given after we bought it somewhere around 20, it gone up to 30, but we didn't given. So once again it came down to 19 or something. So the clear message is given. The high in the Nifty, if it is, this is I think Nifty. So the level which clearly mentioned of today's high, if it is not breaking today's high as well as not breaking 11,302, then we are fine. It is not going to be a bullish market. So that is the first hint given. So the downfall will happen if it is not breaking 11,302. And the time limit, we want to know the time limit, because of the Reliance news only it has gone up. So we want to know how long we can hold it for the put option. So the time limit also given, which is almost from 2 o'clock to 12 o'clock, which if you calculate in between the hours, it gives 4.5 hours minimum. So we have a 4.5 hours time to wait in the 5-minute chart. So then only the 5-minute chart will change. So otherwise, until we can hold this put option almost 4.5 hours at the time of 11:10, which means if you add 11:10 means it will 12:10 and then 1:10, 2:10 and 3:10, which means almost 4 hours. 4.5 hours means the entire day we can hold. That is the idea behind that 4.5 hours message. So all what we bought it, we just kept it. And one more call which given in the bank nifty as well, 21,200 put option to buy around 165 to 170, and asked to keep stop loss around 130 initially, but I felt after 130 it may get it. Sometime what happens is our stop loss get it and then it will go once the stop loss got hit, then it will go fly towards to 300, 400, 500, something like that. So I asked to keep that stop loss from 130 to 199, but somehow this 130 stop loss itself, it is not got it. So once if it is breaking the 238 to 240 range, it will fight towards to 400 to 500. That is the target, and it has started to move towards to 236 initially. Once it is because of the bank nifty, here I also given the bank nifty like what I given the target for the nifty. Bank nifty, if the high is not breaking, it will fall, and the first target will be 20,950, and then second target 20,600. But 20,600 is not came down that level, but this particular level got broken. Once it is started to move, that 21,200 put option started to move 180, and slowly it is moving. So the level which got around 190 range, it is started to move slowly, and this 11,100p also started to move from 21 to 38 plus. So watch out, that is the thing. So some people have excited, and this particular 21,000 I asked to exit somewhere around 230 for the safe traders, but the risk traders who is taking I asked to wait for those people. So once it is moving towards to the keep stop loss in the which is 165 to 170. Once it is moving somewhere around more than 200, which is already it is moved towards to 200 range, I asked to keep in the 170 range as a stop loss. This particular level which we bought 11,100 put option for 21 to 22, I asked to exit somewhere around 38 for the safe traders, so they may book profit somewhere around 1,200 because of the investment is 1,600, more than somewhere 75% of return. And the risk trader I still asked to hold because of the risk traders can take a risk and we may book more profit, but the small traders we need to book profit. That is the idea from the beginning I used to do. And the bank nifty is still not broken that key level of 238 to 240. It has kept a high around 235.95. that is the range that time. So it is not broken that particular key level, so it has fallen down from that level. So I asked the stop loss level which we bought it around 165 to 170. So that cost to cost stop loss level, once again I asked to keep it at 130 due to the low is there at 133. So if it is low breaking, then only our stop loss is going to hit. So I asked to keep the stop loss at the 130 level, because if the level is not breaking, it will try to find the cost price once again, so that we may got it to that level. And the PE which gone somewhere around 53 plus, so I asked to exit somewhere around 57. And that extra day we bought it around 11,000 put option also, we got exited somewhere around 23, because we bought it somewhere around 20. I don't want to take a risk on this, 11,000 P. Once it is that 21,000 P got reached somewhere around 240 plus, so I asked the safe traders exit somewhere around 230, because if they want to keep stop loss in the level of 130 and waiting for 400 target, that is fine for the risk traders. 400 to 500 is a target we used to wait, but the smaller some traders wanted to book profit, means they can book profit of 1500, that is the initial. And risk taking traders also, we exited somewhere around 57. The high risk traders holding for tomorrow also, I asked to exit somewhere around 57, because we bought it around 21 22, so around 2625 we profit exit, but at that time of it was traded around 64 plus. So if they want to exit or keeping stop loss is up to their risk. So keep the stop loss around 57 and book full profit is to their risk. And then it went up around 69.70 while giving the call, because while giving this 57, whether they want to book it that level or they are booking at 16, that is I don't know, but still if 57 giving the stop loss, means I used to take the lower price as a level. So minimum at least 2625 they will book the profit. And once this particular whomsoever not book profit around 230, hold it for the higher profit around 400 to 500, keeping stop loss from 130 to 170 cost to cost, because the high is reached somewhere around 257 while given. So it is started to move in a good way. It is almost trading at the price of 207 after reaching high. Once it is started to move towards to 300 range, so around 319, so I asked slow and steadily to increase the stop loss. So once it is reaching 350, I asked the clients to keep changing the stop loss from 170 stop loss to 300, because while it is reaching 350, we having the difference of 50 points. So once it is moving towards to the level of 331, we are keeping the stop loss at 300. Once it is slowly moving higher levels around 385, I asked to change the stop loss towards to 340. Once it is moving slow and steadily towards to the positive side, I asked to increase the stop loss 360, while that trading around 380 range. So once the first target done, I asked the customers to book profit wherever they want, because our first target is 400, and if whoever want 500 target, they have to increase the stop loss towards to 370. That is the maximum stop loss which we can wait, because while that particular time it was traded around 388, but 400 also got it. So whoever hit the stop loss, hit the target for 400, they would have booked the profit around 5,750. Whoever keeping stop loss around 370, they got hit the stop loss after reaching certain high, so they would have booked profit around 5,000 today. So this is how. But after reaching certain low around 145, we had a new low target which is around 10,864 is opened, but it is quite risky to trade, because we are having around 1.5 hours time. So the small bit after we book some profit, I asked to bet little lower price, because we have a target open, the indications got, so we want to bet in a small manner, because sometimes it may go wrong too. So if it goes wrong, the maximum will be 750 rupees loss. We already booked some good profit, so I don't want to lose money. And it has jumped from 10 to 13 within no time, around 2 to 3 minutes. but somehow it is not able to reach the maximum of 40, because if it is fall down towards to 10,864, then it would have given some good profit, but somehow it is not fall down as expected, because our indication clearly shown that the next low will be 10,694 minimum of average we used to expect. So from the lower level and these two average, which gives the target of 10,864. So that is the reason, but somehow it is not worked for us, so we exit that particular at 325. So that's how today's trade, this particular risk trade, it hasn't given. At the same time, we used to given the future also got it in the stop loss as well. This future also we kept somewhere around 11,882 as a stop loss and gone for a sell, while it was traded somewhere around 11,052.60. So we lost somewhere around 1,500 in the future as well. That is fine, because if we never keep these kind of stop loss, means it may go fly, means we used to get huge losses. So that's how, because the 5-minute chart is very much indicated the downfall towards to our expectation around 10,864. So if it is falling down, means it will happen within an hour. So that is possible because of the CPR level is indicated that, but somehow that particular candlestick was not closed as per expectation. So this CPR candle which closed above that particular S1, if it is closed below that S1, means it would have fall down, but somehow it has broken and closed above that level, which indicated the bull run, which means it will come up towards some 11,150, 11,140, something like that it will go. So that is exactly happened today, and it has closed somewhere near towards to 11,125 to 11,140 range today. And that's how for the day we exited from that risk trade, which lost somewhere around 7 rupees. That is fine, because it is low risk. We booked somewhere. At the same time, we used to bought some somewhere around 40, and this is also exited with this cost to cost, because it has went from 40 to 52, but we didn't book because I asked to keep stop loss in the same cost to cost level. So we are expecting some more downfall, but it was not happened. After closing that particular candlestick, it has started to move towards to positive. So we exited with the no loss, no profit in this. And today's low, as expected, those two averages, that's where the high and the low which I pointed out today. And let's go to the prediction for Thursday. The ratio indicating positive 6:5, but the difference of 1 point, which means after the high or low, it may fall down from the high or it may rise from the low. That is the indication, which means volatile. And the average, which indicated downside 0:3, and absolute frequency indicating downside 4:5, and weightage indicating positive 2.09 versus 1.6. So it is kind of a mixed indications there, because of the ratio is also having difference and the absolute frequency is also having difference, which means after a high it may fall down, after low it may rise. So which means it is kind of a volatile market, and these are all the levels. And one more indication which shows that volatile 2 came inside the positive, which is if it is happens, means the negative having a little upper hand than the positive, even though it is showing volatile, but it should not come like this. So the negative having little upper hand, and this is need to be changed as a par value. Why? Because it is the level which indicates the pre-open. If the pre-open is anything below this level of 11,161.49, which is indicating downside. If anything opens above, indicating the positive direction. So if anything gap up, means that is we need to play in a different manner. But today it is kind of a volatile day, So all we need to watch out is the positive target 2 and negative target 2, which means around 81 points to 142 points. It may fall down to this level and then start to rise towards to 142, or if it may go up towards to that level around 142, and after that it may fall down towards to 80 points in the negative direction. So it may have a volatile level. If anything breaks this particular P2 level, and then it will go to positive target 3. Likewise the same, if anything breaks towards to the negative target 2 around 81, then it may go down to 135, which is negative target 3, like that. So all is indicating volatile market. Even the ratio is exactly showing the same. See, 2 plus and 2 minus, which is indicating volatile market. So these are all the support and resistance levels. As per the support and resistance level, the basic rule, which is anything open above the volatile level indicating bullish with a stop loss of overall average. Overall average we are having around 11,174, 11,164 is the stop loss, because 10 points minus we need to keep for the buying. So if anything opens above the volatile level, which is around more than 69 points, then it is indicating bullish market with the stop loss level. On the other hand, if anything opens below volatile level, which is less than 19 points, if it is indicating bearish market with a stop loss of bullish average, which is 11,184, we need to add, if it is for the bearish, we need to subtract 10 points if it is for the bullish. On the other hand, if anything breaks the bearish open target level more than 68 points, which is going to be open target for the bearish, it may go to any extent, with the stop loss must be maintained somewhere around previous closing stop loss. And we have the resistance level 1 around 111. That is the little worried part. Why? Because normally the bearish is there, means bearish stop loss we need to maintain at resistance level 1 as well. So up to that level the market may having chances to go up, and then once again it will fall down. So we need to play much more cautiously once the market is going down, or maybe market is opens in negative, means if it is matching with the low somewhere, if example I'm telling, we take it as the negative average, because negative average is around 0.75%, which is around 11,148. If this particular level keeping as a low or not breaking further down, the stop loss will be 10 points, so 11,038.3, which is almost towards to Wednesday's low, because Wednesday low is somewhere around 11,024. So still that particular level is not broken. So if this low, which means Wednesday low is breaking means then we can see further downside. But if Wednesday low is not breaking, Wednesday low I'll show you. Wednesday low is 11,024. This particular level we need to watch out for the extreme bearish. So 11,024.40 is not breaking on Thursday, then market having chances to recover. If this particular level is breaking, then only go for the downside. Otherwise, no matter how much down it goes, this particular level is not breaking on Thursday, the market will having chances to recover. That is what the negative average is indicating. With a stop loss of this particular 11,048, we need to subtract 10 points, 11,038.35 as a stop loss. Going for a buy means after a downfall, market will having chances to recover. It may go towards to R1 to test level, which is 111 points to 119. So once the market goes down towards to negative around 80 points, we can buy some 11,150 call option. 11,150 call option if we buying, because it may get at cheap price somewhere around 10 rupees or maybe 12 rupees. If you buy it somewhere around 750 rupees bet, if it is not works also, you may lose some 750 rupees, but if it is works, it may go up to 7,500 to tomorrow. So small bet will get you a big return tomorrow. So that is how we need to work on options. Bet as low as possible to gain much bigger. If it is works, you will get more profit. If it is not work, you may not burn your fingers. Let's see how the market is going to give us on Thursday. Thank you.